is a Bramble Jam podcast.
It's Tuesday, April 6th, and you should take the day off. Feel great about that.
Sad.
It was smooth sailing. If you're not watching on the YouTubes, you missed out because we nailed it.
We had plenty of time to not do it. We had every opportunity.
Dude, this roller chair gets it every time. The new set's going to be great for Take the Day Off because it's going to be unencumbered. It's going to be great. I can't roll around like I do
unencumbered.
now. Unencumbered.
Saw them live.
No, that's just a word. It's just unencumbered is just a word.
They're a band too. I saw them live.
You did? They do sound like they would open for like Creed in the early 2000s.
And Creed was so good.
Yeah.
With arms wide open, baby.
With arms wide open, under the sunrise. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything. With arms wide open.
Man, today's a really exciting day.
Is it Harmony Day? Is it National Harmony
Gosh,
Day?
I wish, because we crushed it. Bramble Jam Plus, though, is also crushing it. You can get all the shows completely ad-free, plus Gavel, plus Bayside, exclusively for Bramble Jam Plus subscribers. Lots of fun, lots of good times. BrambleJamPlus.com to sign up for that. Dan, are you okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
I'm doing all right. Annie, are you okay?
I'm okay.
That's Tracy. Tracy, I didn't ask you.
So they didn't change.
You changed your name to Annie?
Just for today.
Just for today.
Yeah.
You went through a whole name change just for today.
Yes.
Or you just woke up and said, I'm an Annie today?
Legal binding.
Legal binding. How long did that process take?
9 days.
So you understand for the next 9 days, we have to call you Annie.
Oh. All right. Well, thanks, Trace. Man, today's a fun one, Dan. It's National Sorry Charlie Day.
Smooth criminal.
It's National Sorry Charlie Day.
National Sorry Charlie Day?
Yes.
Were we just flat out of days?
National Sorry Charlie Day. Very excited about this. I was talking to a good buddy of mine named Charlie.
Yeah.
We got into it. It got heated. We were arguing about whether or not Now and Laters are real candy. He said no.
What Charlie was this?
Charlie O'Keefe.
Charlie O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I don't know how you take that stance.
It was a hard stance.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he didn't know, like he thought I was just talking about now or later, like the
Now
time.
and later.
Yes. He thought it was he didn't know it was a candy.
Okay. That's different than saying
He
now
was-
and laters are not a candy.
Well, he was like, that saying is not a candy. And I didn't know what he meant. It was our wires were crossed.
This is a problem that takes 2 seconds to correct.
It took us 20 minutes. It was a 20-minute argument. And at the end of it, I had to say, sorry, Charlie. And he said, boy, that's amazing that you said that. I said, why? I mean, I made a mistake. And he said, well, Dan knows about National Sorry Charlie Day. And I said, I don't know what you mean when you say that. I'm going to tuck that away for later. And here we are.
You tucked it away for later. How long ago was it?
Now and later. Dan, do you?
I do. This dates back to silent film star Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was a comedic genius. And then when the talkies came along, he desperately wanted to be a serious film star. But the problem is his voice was like a very high-pitched squeal. And so he did a couple of screen tests for a movie called...
got those?
We do have those. Called Uncage the Bird. And Charlie is trying to play a very serious bird owner in these scenes. It's a tough scene, and he's doing his best to work through it. But we do have a couple of clips.
I'm never going to get my bird back.
All right, cut.
What?
Charlie, that's your actual voice.
Yeah.
Is there any way you could do it a little more serious? Like, we got to really feel that your bird is
serious as
gone.
it can be.
Well, this is important because people are going to hear your voice. Can you try it? Just give us one more.
I'll give you one more.
All right. And action.
I never know where my bird is.
All right, cut.
Shut your mouth, turtle.
Listen, Charlie, we love you. I'm really sorry. This is not going to
You
work
rule
out.
the day. You rule the day.
He did not rue the day, but the National Film Critics Association established Sorry Charlie Day because we're sorry now that there are movies where you talk, you just aren't capable. So that's the history of Sorry Charlie Day. Back to you, Bran.
National Sorry
Charlie, you got it. You want to go
kick it
from the
back
top? That's the history of Sorry Charlie Day. Back to you, Bran.
National Sorry Charlie Day was started by Kathy Runyon Svancina. Svacina.
Svanica?
Sure. Of Kansas City, Missouri, if you can believe it. And she created this day as a time to reflect on times that you felt rejected, how to survive it, what we can learn from it. Now, you might be asking, Dan, where Kathy started this day, where's Sorry Charlie coming from?
Where's Sorry Charlie coming from? Is it Charlie Chaplin, like I said it was, Bran?
No, it's Charlie the tuna, the spokesfish for Starkist,
Say what now?
who, despite having good taste, was never chosen as a tuna who tasted good. Charlie spent 20 years facing rejection from Sunkist,
Starkist?
Starkist,
Because if there's a tuna-flavored drink, I don't want any part of it.
and never gave up. And Kathy was inspired by the fictional fish's positive attitude.
She was inspired by a fake fish. The attitude of a fake fish.
Yes.
This day sucks.
So she created National Sorry Charlie Day, a day to feel that rejection, survive it, learn from it.
Wow.
So you might be asking, how do I take a whole day off for this?
How do you?
One, buy some tuna. But two, think about past rejections.
Yeah.
Think about and then take time pondering the lessons you learned from it. The positive outcomes that have come from it.
That's right. When God closes a door, he opens a window.
Amen. and then come back and then eat that tuna. You can make it into tuna salad, tuna casserole,
All the things you love.
or just straight tuna. When I was a kid, I liked tuna. If you can,
I've never liked canned tuna. An ahi tuna, like seared tuna, bring it right now.
You're so bougie.
I mean, it's just good food.
They call you bougie boy.
Bougie boy is what they call me? Interesting. I've never heard that before.
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about a time that you faced rejection, but it turned out to be a good thing later on. We're going to get real here, guys.
Going to get real.
Here today. Welcome back, everybody, to Take Today Off. Dan,
Bran,
let's open up here.
let's do it a little bit.
When's the time that you felt rejected and it turned out to be a good thing?
This is tough. When I moved to, my wife and I moved to St. Louis, Missouri, I was looking for a teaching job and they wouldn't hire you without a certification. And at the time I had started teaching straight out of college, no certification.
Straight out of Compton?
Yeah, I went back and got my master's in certification, while I was working. But at the time, literally no one would hire me to teach. And I was filling out applications. I was knocking on doors, and no one would hire me. And it was a tough time. And because of that, I just had to get. I found a job at like a teaching tutoring center where I got to do some teaching after school. But I basically worked like 4 different jobs. I cleaned windows during the day. I worked at UPS at night. I did a bunch of stuff, and in all honesty, it kept us a little bit untethered from St. Louis, because had I gotten a teaching job and really like dug in a community, I probably would have stayed there, and that would have been fine. St. Louis is a wonderful place, but it allowed us to come back here. And that's the only reason that I have, met all the people that I've met and had my kids and all that great stuff. So, in the short term, it was really, really difficult, but in the long term, it really paid off.
Met Bran.
Met Bran, obviously. Duh.
That's the most important.
What do you got, Bran?
When I was in middle school.
Oh, boy.
7th grade.
Yeah.
Have I told this story on the air?
I don't know if you have or not. Is it? Oh, I know where you're going, and I don't think you have. McNasty?
McNasty. So growing up, elementary school, man, I was a baller. I went in the upward.
The fact that you're this confident that you were a baller.
I was a baller. I beat all the kids in the neighborhood, Dan. You don't beat that. You don't do that.
Your
without
neighborhood, there's a guy doing brats for Halloween. Your neighborhood's crazy.
Yes, in hindsight, sure. And that was hard. It was hard to be that good and not know what to do with it. Yeah. 7th grade comes in as the first time, I really get the opportunity to show my goods.
Show your goods.
On the court and get picked for the team because middle school basketball team, 7th grade. Let's go. Andrew Jackson Generals, you know the guy. And
that's tough.
And I try out. I'm crushing it. I'm making all the passes. I'm shooting all the shots. I am balling. And the teams are going to be posted the next day. Yep. And the next day, a hurricane came.
You're making all kinds of passes.
I'm making all kinds of passes. I'm making all sorts of shots.
Did you tell them they call me McNasty? I'm a neighborhood baller.
I didn't. We didn't get into an interview process, unfortunately, and I hate that because I think with my charm and my truth, it would have been good. Yep. Hurricane came, and we were out of school for a week. We come back it's posted, and I didn't make the team. And I'm very sad. And so I go up to Coach Shaw. And
this is where Coach Shaw is the worst.
And I say, Coach Shaw, what happened? I thought I did pretty good. I didn't make the team. And Coach Shaw looks at me and he says, son, you suck.
Man, how does that guy coach and teach middle school kids?
I went home. I stabbed my basketballs.
Did you really stab your basketballs?
I threw them. I got rid of them.
Wow.
And I picked up the guitar and I learned how to play the guitar. And it turned out okay. I haven't picked up a basketball since.
That is not true.
No, but I probably shouldn't. Let's be honest. But yeah, that's my story. And it turned out okay.
Well, if you had stuck with it, Bran, you would have been not even a college basketball player.
I wouldn't know,
You're 5'10", 11. Mm-hmm. It would have never gone anywhere.
But what I did in high school changed the trajectory of my life.
Easy for you to say, and you could have been a good high school basketball player though.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have done the things I did.
Sung the songs for the Magic,
and I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't have met Dan.
I wouldn't have met Dan.
There you go.
So that Coach Shaw, Coach Shaw, thank you.
Oh,
let's get to it, Dan. What are people saying? Do we got any sad?
A lot of breakups and rejection in high school, and it's tough to read sometime. Let's go, Megan Swain. I bought my last home, which was a condo in 2005, which was right before the real estate bubble burst, and sadly, I lost a lot of equity. Been there. To add insult to injury, I had done an arm when I bought it, which expired in 5 years. That's a balloon payment. That's not good. The 2005 arm. 5-year arm is possibly the worst looking back real estate situation to be in. I'm really sorry already. I tried to refinance a regular mortgage, but I couldn't get approved for any kind of program since I was underwater at the time. Of course, if you had an arm in 05, that happened. In hindsight, this ended up being good as my terms for the arm mean that my monthly payments actually dropped down below what I would have paid otherwise. So I saved money in the long run, because the interest rates went through the floor, so that's good. 2020 did have a silver lining for me, as you may know. While I never thought I'd be in that condos for as long as I was, I finally sold it in December of last year and had paid enough principal to put 10% down on my lovely new home. Awesome, Megan. Love to hear it.
Boston Mike has a good one. Boston Mike says, asked a girl out. She didn't want anything to do with me, but her friend thought I was cute. So we started talking. 20 plus years later,
wow,
we're still going strong. And in case you couldn't figure it out, it's my wife. No. Boston Mike, congratulations, pal. That's great
Mike,
news.
Worked out well for you. Oh, my goodness. Meredith says, my now ex-husband had an affair after we'd been married 2.5 years, and we got a divorce a year later. Parentheses, Bible Belt. Sheesh. Whew. Met my now husband after that, and we've been married 15 years this November. Awesome for you, Meredith. Love to hear that. A lot of I liked a guy or I liked a girl.
Here's a
and
story
they didn't like me
from Andrea.
Yeah.
I was dumped by an NBA player for Kim Kardashian.
What? Talking about who is that?
This is Andrea. The NBA player and I met right before he went back to training camp. We went on a few dates. I didn't think it was going to be anything long term. My friends encouraged me to keep going on dates. I thought he was obtuse and egotistical. He let me know he met someone else, and lo and behold, I see on the U.S. Weekly who he met.
Man, I'm looking up.
The upside is I ended up meeting my now husband, who used to coach this NBA player.
Man,
What?
I have looked up 10 NBA players that have dated the Kardashians because we're going to
This
get
is
to the
Kim
bottom of this.
Kardashian.
I know. I tried Kim Kardashian and it gives me all of them.
There's a lot?
There's a lot of Kardashians. Rashad McCants, nope, that's Khloe. Lamar Odom, Khloe. I mean, Khloe has really done it. Rick Fox, Khloe. Three-time NBA champion.
Rick Fox, my man.
Chris Humphries dated Kim Kardashian. Chris Humphries. Yeah, I remember that because she married him briefly and then she got divorced. I think it's Chris Humphries. Jordan Clarkson, that's Kendall. James Harden is Khloe Kardashian. I mean, the jokes write themselves. Blake Griffin is Kendall Jenner. Ben Simmons is Kendall Jenner. Kyle Kuzma, Kendall Jenner. Devin Booker, Kendall Jenner. So it's Chris Humphries. Chris Humphries, he seems egotistical. I think we can all say that Andrea dated Chris Humphries with some certainty.
I didn't expect this.
This is a
I didn't
lot.
expect
This is a lot to
I didn't
process.
expect this one today. I didn't
Yeah.
expect it today.
Yeah. Man, what a story.
Is Andrea in All Access? Is she going to be at the next lunch? Because I just want to talk to her. I
Yeah.
want to talk to her on the
I don't
next
know.
lunch.
She didn't even give her last name. So I don't know who I don't know. But I need to know.
I just don't even know what to do with that. And now you're married to an old NBA coach? Do you know, like, I'm a big NBA boy?
She
Like,
never said NBA coach. She said the guy that used to coach Chris. Could have been at any level. So,
but what are the odds of her meeting
guy-
a coach that happened to
the
coach
guy is
at a lower
probably not
level?
much older than Chris, would be my guess. Could have been like a private trainer coach. There's a lot of things.
I got questions. I got questions, and just
Man,
if you could
This has derailed it.
email me and give me that tea, that'd be great.
Give me the tea.
good
That would
tea.
be great. Yeah. Man.
Rena, I was up for a show called The Seussical, the musical.
Oh, yeah.
And I was told that I wasn't gonna get it. The next day, I managed a new show called Mamma Mia. Then spent the next 10 years working on that show. The Seussical closed in 3 months.
There you have it. Man, that worked out well.
Mamma Mia, Rena goes again.
My.
That's fun. That's fun. I wonder what it's like to see the same show, like musical, over and over again.
Yeah, doesn't sound
And
like
it
it's
be
for
Mamma
me.
Mia.
And it be Mamma Mia. Yeah.
We did it, everybody.
We did
Congratulations. Sorry for getting distracted by the NBA sitch, but I mean, you guys get it, right? Tomorrow we're going to be talking about this one. What is one cleaning hack that you swear by?
Ooh.
I'll be taking notes.
Yep.
And we're going to get to that tomorrow. But first, we're going to leave you with a haiku on the way out.
I got you.
Love it. Until tomorrow, take the day off.
This haiku's from Ashlyn. Pickles, yum pickles. Bread and butter are the worst. Better be them dills. I couldn't agree more, Ashlyn. It's a great haiku. You nailed it. Better be them dills.